Okay, I know a little bit short today, but there's a lot of things that I want to go over today. If you look at the table here, you'll see in white scans, we have quite a bit of things here on the table. And these things are very, very important. And we're going to go over each and every one of them. Our topic today is called the What If Challenge. This is the challenge. What if? Now, before we get started, I want to send a shout out to my son, Jamin. If you're in the Atlanta area, he's located on Ponce, right in the Whole Foods area there. He's a tech genius, the name of his store. Anything going on with your computer, if it has a virus, not the COVID, but if it has a virus, or if it has any problems, your cell phone, take it to him. He's the man. He says, why call a geek when you can take a genius? That's him. My other son there in Atlanta, Alabas, he's an intuitive, he's a reader, he's a counselor. You can contact him there as well. And my daughter, Aida, on Instagram. You can see her there under the name of Diva Pink. She's out there trying to help empower women, take them to the higher level, no matter age, whatever. She will encourage you and support you and bring out the best part of who you are. All right. Having said that, I want to say this to you today. Today is a very, very special one. This is one that I've been given. Spirit has been guiding me and saying this is what you need to do, because in reality, nobody's really doing it in a way that we're going to do it today. All right. Now, I also want to say this to you as well, is that, as you know, my wife, Sandra, and I, we make Oregon energy pieces, and that's just part of how this is our means of survival, if you want to call that, or make a living with, and through Social Security, that's all we have. So I'm asking today, if it's in your heart and you're feeling there's something here that we're going to say to you is of value and it means something to you, then I ask that if you can give us some support with a love gift through my PayPal or through our Cash App, I'd greatly appreciate it. Really, we would. My PayPal is JAES123@Yahoo. That's J as in James, A as in Apple, E as in Edward, S as in Sam @Yahoo. And my Cash App is $, same thing, JAES124. That's it. And Sandra, what's your Cash App? She don't remember, but we can put it up later on. You can get to her too. So if anything we say here today has any value, and if it means something to you, then therefore we would appreciate any type of gift that you can go donate to us. Would be greatly appreciated. Now, the what if challenge. What we're going to do is I'm going to give you a scenario, a what if scenario. And this what if scenario, I can promise you, has happened, can happen, and will happen again to someone somewhere out there. So I want you to pay close attention to this scenario. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. There's a knock on your door. Who is it? It's the fire department or the police, saying you have 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, to gather up all your things that you can and get out of Dodge. Get your family together. If you have children, get your children up that time of morning. Maybe a little bit difficult, but what you want to do is you want to get them together and get in your car and go. That's what you want to do. That's this scenario. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade that scenario a bit. Same scenario. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, fire department, police department says you got to get out of Dodge. You got to leave. So same thing, you're grabbing everything that you can, you're doing this, you're doing that, and you get everything together, and you get in your car, you turn on the ignition. What do you notice? You look down at the panel, and it says you have less than a quarter of a tank of gas. Less than a quarter of a tank of gas. How far are you going to get? Where are you going to go? Thoughts race through your mind. You say, I got to find a gas station. Where's the nearest gas station? And then when you get there, because you're not the only one who didn't get gas in the tank, there may be a line 2 or 3 miles long before you even get to where the gas is. But remember, you only have 5 minutes to get out of town. So this is time wasted. This is time wasted. Let's go to this. Another, I'm going to throw it a bigger glitch in that same scenario. 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, police, fire department at the door. 5 minutes, you got to get out. You got to leave. Can't stay here. You got to go. Okay, fine. This time I'm going to give you a tank of gas. You got a tank of gas. You got your family together. You rush down to the garage where the car is. The car's in the garage. Now, the only problem with this scenario is that there's also a power failure. A power failure. That means it's pitch black. And we're going to back this up a little bit. Being that there's a power failure in your area, not the whole place, but your area, there's a power failure, and you wake up to darkness. Now, where are your flashlights? I challenge you right now, anyone who's listening, do you know where your flashlights are, where you can get to them quickly, immediately? Do you? Are they in the garage somewhere? Are they stuck in the drawer? Now, you might say, well, I can use my cell phone as a bit of light. That's fine, but you're going to need a flashlight. Do you know where your flashlights are? Look at here. Flashlight, flashlight, flashlights, flashlight. I have flashlights all over the house, in the car, everywhere. So if anything were to happen, I don't have to look around for a flashlight. I can just go to any room and, like you say, use my cell phone, light it up, I can find the flashlight. Bingo. But can you do the same thing? If you can't, then you better think about getting some flashlight. Now, these are metal. These are not real cheap plastic ones you buy at the dollar store. If you want to get those, that's fine. But you're going to need something that's going to be very, very important. This flashlight I got for several reasons. And these batteries need to be charged. But this one is, they call it the icebreaker. If there's ice somewhere, you need to get chopped ice up. Or if somebody's attacking you, you can chop them too. But this is a good one to have. Very sturdy, very heavy duty. But back to the scenario. It's pitch black in the house. You're looking for the flashlight, can't find the flashlight. Okay, you finally get a flashlight. Everybody's down into the garage. Only problem is you have an electric garage door opener, and it's not going to work because of the power failure. What do you do? What do you do? Here's my question to you. Do you know how to manually override the garage door so that it can open and you can get out? If you know how to do that, that's fine. So I'm sure there's some men who know how to do that. But my question to you is, have you shown your wife or your children how to do that? Why? Because what if something were to happen and you're not there and they have to go and she's in the same situation, stuck with the garage door, doesn't open, and she does not know how to disengage the garage door to make it operate manually? What does she do? She's in a state of panic. What she may do is still get in the car and try to force it open by backing out, reversing, or whatever, and smash the garage door down to get out. That would not be necessary if you already know, have shown her what to do to disengage that garage door so she can get out safely with the children. That's very, very important. So if you know, then show her, right? Just don't play, I'm the man, I know all this shit. No, you take her down there and show her, and be patient. Be patient with her and show her this is what she needs to do in order to disengage that garage door so she can get out safely. Now, I'm going to show you something right here. This is right here. It's called a solar camping lantern. You can see that. But now, I'm not being paid by any of these people to endorse anything you see here on my table. This is just things that I have researched, that I have found that can be very, very helpful in certain situations. Now, this, as you can see, a little small little device. It has on the side a little card ports to that where you can charge your cell phone all and return it on, and it becomes a flashlight. Now, this is very something easy to have, but what I really, really like about this is the fact that you can do this. It's now a lantern. Now, and it has 3 levels. It has that, and it has this where it can flash, going back to shutting off. That's low light, brighter light, flashing light. Now, the reason why I like this type of thing is because I would rather have that if it's in the dark. If you're in the dark, and let's say you have to stay inside for a while. What do you have? Do you have candles? Great. Candles are fine. I would prefer to have something like that. Why? Because you can see on the back here, solar powered, number 1. Number 2, it holds a 12-hour charge. Number 3, if your cell phone needs charging, you have the port right there to charge the cell phone. It comes with the, let me see what's in here. It comes with a little charger here with it, and the instructions and all that good stuff. And they're great to have. They're good to have in the home as well as in a car, because you never know when you need to get some attention in your car. What if your wife or family is out in the dark somewhere and they can't get anywhere and you need some attention? That will definitely get the attention of someone somewhere. Now, another device that I like. This is called the Solar Shower Power Bank. This is a much larger one. Now let me show you this puppy. Here. The damn thing is childproof. Anyway, let's take this out and take a look at it. And here we see, whoops, this is a charger. All right, now on the back you can see where it also has a, let's see if we get that working. It has a light on it as well. Okay, turn that off. And it also has, where are they at? Also ports to charge your phone. You see again, it's solar powered. It can charge. This can charge a cell phone along with a little small iPad too. It's powerful enough for that. What I like about this too is that you can charge several phones at one time, but you can also place the phone on the back of this. And also this is waterproof. Place your phone on the back of it, charge your phone, and you're good to go. You're good to go. So you have this here. All you gotta do is put it out in the sun, let it charge for a bit. You got power, because you're going to need power in certain circumstances. There's coming up what you're going to know in the near future, that there are going to be power failures. We are telling you that. There are going to be disruptions in services. We're going to tell you that. So the whole idea of what today is to prepare yourself for what if this happens. Now, I'm going to say this to the ladies. Pay attention. If anything I showed you here today, and you think that you might want to partake in getting some of it, you can order it from any place on the internet. You can go to Amazon, you can go to eBay, whatever. And you go to your man, and you say to him, say, honey, I saw some things today that I think that we might need. You know, what if something happened? Oh, don't worry about it. Ain't nothing going to happen. We're going to be all right. If he says that to you, I say this: get another man. Because obviously he's not really thinking in a way that as men should think, to do things to protect the family and to make sure not just you, but everyone is safe in the household. Now, I have another thing here I want to show you that is very, very important to have. Now, I don't know if you've seen it, but those of you who do watch television, because I do, I'm not corrupted by it, I don't think I am yet, is that there's a commercial that comes on quite regular. It's about a wireless radio, solar power radio. They say it's free, but if you look at the small print, you got to pay for the shipping and handling, da 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 da. These are good to have. Why? Because it has AM, FM, and it has another marine wave band. And you can pick it up and you got to fiddle with the station.
Valley, Black Canyon City, and Baghdad. When? From Thursday morning through Saturday evening.
It gives you reports on what's going on. If the AM, FM, everything that went out, you have marine wave. That is constantly going on 24/7. What I like about this, shut it off, is that it too has a flashlight, which is great to have. Solar powered. Also, a charging port that you can have. And if there is no sun, you can take this puppy and you can do this several times, and that will give it a charge without batteries. It's good to have something like this because, like I said, on the television, they're announcing a free radio similar to this, not just the exact design, but similar to this. And at the end of the commercial, if you heard it, it said, this can save your life. All right? Just pay attention to that. It's good to have something like that. I have a couple of them. Matter of fact, I have quite a few of them that I have just for GP. Now, moving on to other things. Now, this one here I think is going to really be interesting. No, not this. this. Now, you remember when they said there was a shortage of toilet paper? Toilet paper, people running down to the stores. Everybody's trying to grab toilet paper. We need toilet paper. We need this. They're going on the food thing. I'm going to get into the food thing too, because that's important that you pay attention, because you don't know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, but what if it did happen? Are you ready? Are you prepared? Okay. Now, this little thing here, this is called a compressed towel. Watch it. You take one out. This thing holds 10. You take it out, and you can see this is all it is. See that? You hear that? That's how hard this thing is. All right? It's like a little concrete egg. But they give you this here thing, and there's water in here. So I don't want to make too much of a mess. I'm going to pump this up with water, move it out the way, and I'm going to drop this little tablet in there and watch what happens. You see that? See what happened? I'm going to put a little bit more water in here for the other side so you can really get a good look at it. Now, what you do with this is what I like about this, is that you can open it up, more and more and more. And here you have several things. You can look at it. It's sturdy. It's not flimsy. Again, no one's paying. It's called a compressed towel. You can get them on eBay, Amazon. You just research it. And what it is, you can use it to wash your hands, wash your face, take a little quick bath, or if push comes to shove, you can fold it over a few times and you got toilet paper. You see, I got my toilet paper right here, the little thing that I need, right? This little thing and water. That's all I need. Because I'm not going to be downtown or in the store fighting your ass for toilet paper. Not when I have alternatives, things like this that come and you can have it. These things are important to have them. You ever been down the highway, you need to go to the bathroom real quick and you're looking in the car for some type of tissue paper or something, can't find anything. If you had one of these in there and you had a little bit of water, you can go somewhere in the woods, do your business, come out, and be clean. These are going to come in handy for some people someday. Very, very important. Okay? Now, the next thing that we want to talk about is this device right here. I don't know if you can just get in front of it and show it. This is also important, this big thing here. It's a safe, all right? It has a handle, you can carry it. And the reason why I got this out here is because of the fact that you have important papers in your home. You may have passport, you may have your deeds for your home, whatever, all kinds of important papers. And most people keep those papers somewhere in a drawer, stuffed away somewhere, or up in the closet in the shoebox, not readily available. The idea of having something like this is that if you get all those documents and put them in something like this, this is fireproof. Some of them are waterproof. That means that no matter what happens, whatever disaster may come, if the entire house burns down, whatever is in here will not be harmed. Your passports, your birth certificates, your children, all your information, because what happens when people get into a fire situation and all the paperwork are destroyed and the whole life is in disarray, do you know how difficult it is to try to get all that stuff back? It takes years for some people, months, weeks, years, whatever. But if you had everything in here of importance, that is something you need not worry about. This is something that you need to have in your home. If you don't have one, then take your ass out to the store, go to Walmart or to Home Depot, any place you want to do research, look it up, and they have bigger ones than this as well. But this is something that's not that expensive. It's very inexpensive, and this is something that you need. You should not have to, I said, I want one. No, you need one. If you have any papers that are important, then you need one. All right. Now, another thing that we have here is this. This I like. If you can get a picture of that, get the name on that. Again, I'm not paid to endorse any of these products you see here, but this thing here is really, really something that I found to be very interesting. I like it. I like it. They come in different colors. I chose the camouflage because that's my old military stuff going on. Now, you look at this and you say, oh, what's that? That's a cigarette lighter? It looks like a cigarette lighter, doesn't it? But let me show you this. Can you see that? You see it? That little thing there? That beats the hell out of a cigarette lighter in the flame. This thing also is waterproof. You close it down, lock it up. It's waterproof, gets wet. And the other part about it that is good is that on the side, it comes with, let me show you this. This is real cool. It comes with, of course, a little carrier strap. I don't give a shit about that. And it comes with a charger, meaning that you can charge this thing. You don't have to worry about matches. Now, if you're out in the wilderness somewhere and you need to start a fire and you don't have any matches, but if you have one of these puppies on you, you're going to be able to start a fire. You're going to have to start a fire. And all you got to do is take this here. If you have this thing, and you have that the battery, the radio, or if you have this, or if you have that, you can charge this here thing with no problem. That's what it's for. So it's good to invest in one of these. They come in different, it's called the Explorer. Okay, Explorer lighter. And if you go online, look at YouTube, there are many people demonstrating how it works, what it can do. It's really, really something that is good to have. And like the expression, what's that expression? It's better to have and don't need than to need and don't have. Well, that's what this is. This is better to have and don't need than to need and don't have. And I have, and now that I have, guess what? I don't need. I don't need. That's also important to have that. Also, another thing that's important to have in your home. If you don't have one, then you need to get one. This right here, see what that says? Y'all can read that? It says first aid kit, right? Now this is a little compact one. And I haven't opened this yet, so we're going to open it today in front of you and show you just what's in this puppy, because you never know when you're going to need something. Now look at this. It has a whole stuff. Now on the back of right here, it lists all the things that's in here. You know, rather than go through everything. But let's see on this side here. What do they have? Let's see. This is in here. And this is what you call it, some people call it a shovel. Where I come from, in military terms, they call it an entrenching tool. Right? In case you need to dig a little ditch or something, or you need to do something with it, this thing is handy. Real handy to have. Now, let's see if I can fold it back up the way that it was. Oops. Don't embarrass me now. Okay. There we go. Oops. All right. There we go. See, that wasn't hard. Yes, it was. But anyway, put that in there, and in case you need something like that, you have it. Also, we have in here a knife. A little knife to cut things, do things with. And it's needed. It's needed. It wasn't put in there. Now, this kit is not one of the most expensive ones, but it's a kit that you can get. They have other ones that are a little bit more costly with more things in them. And that's for those people that can take their hiking and going out seriously. But it's good to have it in the car. Like right now, if like you ever see that commercial on television where the kids say, "Mom, I cut myself," you got this in there. And mom says, "Get a bandage." She said, "Well, it's real bad, so we'll get 2 bandages." You know, while she's there busy playing with the cat. So right now in your house, do you have any bandages for your children? If someone gets cut, someone gets hurt, do you have any type of equipment, first aid? And it's good to have one in the car too, because you never know when you're going to need something like this. Like I said, this one's not expensive. So if you're going to get one and you want to not spend a whole lot of money, then this is the one that you might want to pick up. Again, there are others that have more stuff in them, but I like this one because of what it is, what it can do. So this is all part of my arsenal now. This is all part of where I'm at. Okay, now, like I told you last time, is about these things here. You got Mylar bags, and these are what you call oxygen absorbers. See how tightly packed that is. All right, let me explain what these are real quick. Oops. Oh, that's no biggie. Wasn't eggs, so I'm not worried about it. What it is that, what those things are, the Mylar bags. Okay, the Mylar bags. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm not speaking loud enough. Thanks for letting me know. If you want me to repeat something, then ask me to repeat it, and I will. Anyway, the Mylar bags are for food storage. You can put beans, you can put rice, you can put flour, you can put different things in those bags. And the purpose of the oxygen absorber is when you put in a couple of these into the bag, after you got your food in there, this will absorb all the oxygen in there and will condense it and make it into like a little solid package, because we know that air is what kills food. All right, air destroys food. So therefore, if you have one of these, you have some of these, you can do your research on them. There's plenty of YouTube videos on Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers and how to use them. That's good for preserving food. And from what I understand, any food that's in there that's preserved can be good for up to maybe 20 years, depending upon what it contains or what is in there. All right. So that's something to look into as well. So again, Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers. Okay. These are some things that you need to have. I'll toss them over there. We don't need that right now. Okay. Now, another thing is that this right here, you can look at here and say, what the hell is that? Well, I'll tell you. This is cotton balls with Vaseline. And these are for those what you call quick fire starters. If you're out again somewhere and you need to start a fire and you're having trouble getting the fire started. Now they sell certain things like this here, not this particular product, but they have other products that you can get that be just as well. But this is for the person like myself. All right, you take out one of these cotton balls. I'm not going to do it here because it's a fire, and you can just kind of separate it up, and then you can get your lighter, hit it up, and you have a fire starter. And then you can put twigs and wood on top of that, whatever it is, to build a fire for warmth or for safety, for whatever. You have that, and that's good to have also. Those are good things to have. Very good things to have. All right, now, another thing is this. You see those? Yeah, there you go. Get a good look at it. Those are, as you can see, work gloves. Now, you're wondering why would you need work gloves? This is why. Because you never know in a situation, what if there are tree branches on your house after let's say a hurricane or something, there are tree branches, there are debris and things outside, and you don't want to go out there with your bare hands and start grabbing up stuff. So you have also a little protection there for your hands. You have those little devices there. Those things help. Those are perfect to have for keeping your hands from getting cut or stuck or something. You can work with that, and they're heavy duty, and you're able to get things done, clear up the place or wherever you're at, to make things okay. Now, see, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail in a lot of this stuff because you can do your own research. I've done mine, but what I want to show you are things that are necessary. These are necessary because if you're stuck with a what-if situation and you don't have a light, you don't have a radio, you don't have a first aid kit, you're going to wish you had. You're going to really, really wish you had. So pay attention to this because this is serious. Now, on to the next thing. Let me see here. Okay, water. Water is important. Water is very, very important. Okay, let me see here. Okay, this, I have it down here. It's called Zero Water Filter. All right, it's like a Brita filter, but a little bit different. This one here is zero water, meaning that they give you this little device in the package along with it, and it tells you the amount of contaminants that's in the water. You put it in there, and it tells you anywhere from 25 to 200, 300, whatever it is. So the purpose is to take that water, pour it through the filter that in this device, and what will happen is that it will remove all of the contaminants. This is kind of the idea of what you'll see when you get one. Okay? It's a 5-stage filtration system, and it takes out the stuff that's in the water that's impure and make it safe for you to drink. Now, that's just with tap water and other water that you know. Now, if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you have something like that, what's going to happen is that you're going to go to maybe a lake, a river, a stream, whatever it is, and filter out that water. Now, even though it may say 0, what I would do, this is just me, not saying that it doesn't work, but what I would do, I would put in a few drops of iodine or some oil of oregano to kill whatever pathogens might still be in the water. Better to be safe than sorry. Then I would be happy to consume and drink that water. Now, being that we're on the topic of water, this next thing we're going to talk about is going to get a little uncomfortable for some people. Now, here we are again with the what if. What if this is for people who live in the city, more so than anything else. People that live outside the city, the same thing, but I'm using the city because that is something that people don't think about living in the city. What if you live in a high-rise apartment building? You know, the deluxe apartment in the sky. You're on the 15th floor, you know, and there are other apartments above you and below you. What would happen if something happened to the water system? Let's say the main pipe, the main water pipe broke. And they say there's no water. We got to fix the pipe. And it may be out of service for at least minimum, let's say 2 weeks. So that means 2 weeks without water. What do? Obviously, you go to the store. Now, I'm throwing another, I'm being mean. I'm throwing another monkey wrench in it for you. That's for GP. Also, the elevators don't work. Now, here you are, 15th floor. Elevator's not working. Water not coming up. What do? You have no choice. You have to walk down 15 flights of stairs to go to whatever store you can. And how many jugs of water can you carry? Let's say you can carry 4. That's 4 gallons of water. You come back to your place. You climb back up 15 flights of stairs. You get into your room, and now you have water, at least for drinking. Now, water is very precious at this point. Now, there's another thing that's going to be a problem with water, and that's the bathroom. Yes, the bathroom. The toilet. What are you going to do with the toilet? Because you ain't going to flush nothing. Ain't nothing going down. So what are you going to do? Have you thought about that? What if that would happen? What you would do? Are you just going to use the toilet for 2 weeks and hope for the best while that stuff that you're doing is piling up in there? Or is there an alternative? Let me give an example. All right, this is what a friend of mine, we were talking about this the other day. These are some of the things that we came up with what we would do. I'm giving you this one. If you have any garbage bags, a real good, decent garbage bag, line the toilet with the garbage bag and use that. So that way when the calamity is over, you can just take it up, wrap it tight, and toss it, no problem. Another thing that my friend suggested you do is that if you have a 5-gallon bucket, same scenario. You can put it in a garbage bag, and one of those kind of heavy duty garbage bags, put it in there, and then if you have some, if not, maybe you might want to get some, think about it, you may get 2 or 3 cups of kitty litter. Yes, kitty litter, and put that in the bottom of the bag. That way, when you go do your business, you see what happens when cats do their business in kitty litter. There's no liquid. Everything is just bunched up within that kitty litter. You got that, then you're fine. You can do your business. And then on top of that, you can get some baking soda, put that over top of that, kill the smell, and or you may be able to throw in some dirt. This is how you can use that facility without using water and still come out doing good. Now, the other problem is sanitation. After you do your business, after you wipe yourself, you need to wash your hands. Can you wash it? Are you going to use water to wash your hands? No, do what we do. Right here, in this little bottle right here. This I have in here is distilled water, okay? And I put in some oil of oregano and a little bit of lavender for scent. And all you got to do is a couple of times, Do that. Smells good, and you're disinfected. All right, no problem with that. It's good to have that. Even now, I gotta use it when we go out. We use that. It's a good disinfectant. That way, you don't have to worry about wasting water. Another thing too, if you plan on eating anything, these come in handy. All right, because you're not going to waste water to wash a dish. That's waste. So if you have something like that, you can eat off of that. Get you some plastic utensils, toss away. When you finish eating off the plate, take it, tear it up, and throw it into the kitty litter bag with the rest of the junk. That is something that will help you to get through whatever the crises that are. Now, we're talking about food. There are people who are, as you say, they call them preppers or preppies, whatever you want to call them, who stockpile food. All right. According to FEMA, if you go to FEMA's website, they suggest that the average household should have anywhere from a minimum 3 days of food and water up to 2 weeks in reserve. That's not something that's foolish. Some people may take it further than that, but you should have on hand at least 3 days, if not 2 weeks, of food and water for each member of the family, depending upon how big your family is. Because you never know when you may not be able to leave. Remember this, those people that were in the Hurricane Katrina, they had nothing. They were just wandering around because no one prepared for anything such as this. Those folks that were stuck up in the attics and with the water out in pitch black, nothing. If they had some of these type of things there, it may have made life a little bit easier. It wouldn't have, got rid of the hurricane, but it would have made life a lot easier for them. So think of it in the sense that if you want to go out and buy some extra food, dry goods, whether it's pasta or whether it's dehydrated potato, whatever it is you want to buy, get a couple extra cans just for GP. I'm not a big fan of canned goods. Really, I'm not. But when times get hard and friends get few, I'll open up a can of beans and I'll eat it. Because I know that if nothing else left, I'll have no other choice. But you try to get some of the best quality of things that you can get. Because the day will come, I promise you, the day will come when you're going to experience things that you're not going to believe are going to happen. This is going to take place within the next 6 to 10 months that these things are going to take place. And you are going to experience things. And if you are not ready, if you are not prepared, then therefore you will be in a sad situation, as you use as your expressions. It will be a very, very sad situation. You men, if you call yourself a man, it's your time to step forward, to step up and act like a man to preserve and save your family. All right? You women out there, if you have a man who is not paying attention, then you need to really become very, very forceful to him to get anything that you see here and more, because we're going to be coming up with more things for you within the next few weeks. We're going to be doing another one of these with more information and more things that you need to know, that you need to pay attention, because times are very serious. You're living in a very serious time now. The world that you once knew no longer exists and will never exist ever again. You're going to be living in a new world. As the things that you call it the New World Order, there are things that are happening behind the scenes that you have no knowledge of, that's being planned right now while you're busy worrying about your celebrity people, the Will, Jada, Kanye, Bill, Nick Cannon, whoever these people are. They have no business being in your mind right now. Your mind should be focused on your family and what if something happens and what will you do. That's all their personal business. If you want to sit around all day and talk about that, fine. While things are passing you by, you'll see. There are many different stories that they tell you in their fairy tales and your writings tell you of these kind of days. The story of what you call the grasshopper and the ant, whatever that is, read it, find out what it is. The story of the wise woman and the foolish women, read that story, find out what it is, because these are all things to prepare you for when the day will come, shall come, must come, that you can withstand what's going to be happening next. It's very important that you understand that, It's very important that you know that. It's very important that you take action, not tomorrow, but now. If you are smart, if you are intelligent, if you're out there, if you don't have any gas in your car now, go fill up right now. Don't wait and say, I'll do it tomorrow, because you know not what's going to happen tonight or tomorrow. So at least you have that part done. Find out what's going on in your neighborhood. Form neighborhood groups of people. Go knock on your neighbor's door and say, tonight we're having a meeting at my house, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, and we're going to discuss the what if scenario, the what if challenge. And when you have the meetings, please do not involve alcohol or drugs or anything, because it's too important. Sit down and designate who's going to do what information that you can gather, so that way you can act as a neighborhood. When things go wrong, you're there together and you know what to do. That's important. Pay attention. Okay. Where was it? Where were we at? Okay. Next thing. Safety. All right. Now, we know that a lot of people, use weapons to protect their home. You got to have weapons. Not you don't got to have, but some people do. Now, there are women who are afraid of weapons, who don't want weapons in the house, and I understand that. So, as an alternative, this right here is, I'm not going to do, this is mace. I'm not going to spray it, because if I do, Sandra will get it, and then she'll kick my ass, and then I won't do this no more. But this is mace. It's good to have it in the home as well as outside the home. If you're out shopping somewhere, and it's at night, and it's dark, you don't feel comfortable, reach in your bag, grab this little puppy, and walk with it. Anybody comes near you, friend or foe, I'd rather spray them and say, oh, I'm sorry, than not spray them and something happened. It's good to have this, all right? This is another thing. I'm going to get to this in a second, too. This is another thing that you can look at. See that? Let me see if I can get it. Where is it at? Oh, okay, here it is. There it is. Now, this is handy dandy. Okay. This is a handy dandy piece to have. All right? Now, what you do with this is, a lot of times when people have something in their hand, like a stick or a bat, what do you try to do? You try to go hit somebody in the head. Don't do that. Don't do that. What you want to do is you take this and you bust them in the kneecap. Believe me, they will be walking with a limp for the rest of their life. What you're doing is that you're tearing down what we call the foundation. I'll put it back together later. You're tearing down the foundation, and they're not able to walk. And once they get down on that one knee, or they can't do anything, then you might want to crack them in the head. But it's for your safety, your protection. It's good to have something like that around. This also is a good thing to have around. Now this, let me see if I can get this thing working. Okay, you see that? That's a flashlight. There's also, you hear that? You see that? Okay, I'm gonna turn it off now because I ain't gonna mess myself up. Okay, it's a flashlight, and it's also a stun gun. Keep the distance. That way, and if you see on the side, these bars on the side, that's if they try to grab it from you, you can still zap them with that, because they'll go through that. It's good to have one of these around for protection. Like I said, it's something that you can keep distance. There are other things that I have. I'm not showing them today, but I just want you to see those few things that we do have. Also, I'm gonna just throw these out here if you can. Now you see those right there. Get those. See that? Now here, this in my hand is the exact same thing. See, it's the light. It has a keychain on it, and it has a little thing to hold. Now, what this thing is great for if you're out alone in the dark, you want to get some attention, something's happened to you, some idiot decides to grab you, and you have to see on your keychain, you can do this. Ooh. You pull that out, you hear that? And it's not going to stop. Okay, it's not going to stop till you push it back in. That means if someone tries to attempt to grab you from behind, and if you got this in your hand, you can just snatch that out. This will definitely get the attention. We have these, And we're getting rid of this. This is the last that we have of these here. It comes in a good little flashlight. Also, ladies, if you're walking alone and you don't have anything like that, see what I just did? These are my car keys. All right, you see that? That's my car key. And hold it like this in your hand. What'll happen if someone grabs you from behind? You do that. You keep doing that to their face and their head with something like this. I promise you, they'll let you go. Because what you're going to do with this becomes a weapon. This is a serious weapon. You just go like that or go down wherever you can stick them at with this. It's almost like stabbing with a knife. They will release you and let you go. Also, going back to the food situation, for canned foods, if you have canned food in your home that you're saving and storing up, I suggest that you get, this is something that I've had for years. That's my dog tag when I was in the military. But we have one of these. Okay, let me see this. This is what it looks like. It's called a P38. It's a can opener. In case you don't have a can opener, if you have your food storage locker somewhere, you just take one of these, toss it in there. That way you know when it's time to open up a can of food, you can do it. You're good to go. Okay? Another thing for safety is this. All right? Door handle alarm. Okay? If someone's coming to your door at night and you put this on there and you set it, the instructions are on the back. Once you set it, if someone comes and just touches the handle, the alarm goes off, awaken you, maybe chase them away, and you're aware of what's going on with you. Now, there's one more thing I want to see if we can get up here. Okay. Let me see. Now, if you can, let's say there's a label on it. See if we can just zoom in on that. You can't see it? Okay. It says portable gas cooker. Let me see if I open it up right. Wrong way. All right. This is what it is. This is a gas stove, a portable gas stove. All right. The instructions are here. You can take this out, turn it up, put your plate on here. You're good to go. This you put in the side there. Now this is butane fuel. All right, for this device here. You can go online and get them. It's great to have one, just in case if there is a problem in the power and you don't have any heat, you don't have anything to cook your food with. This will come in handy. These are very inexpensive. I know when I bought it years ago. This here will last up to 6 hours. So if you figure that if you just take maybe an hour or so a day to cook something, this can last you for about a week. If you have 20 cans of this, you have 20 weeks. What's that, about 4 or 5 months? So that means you can cook 4 or 5 months worth of food until things settle down so you can navigate what's going on next if you have to. But this is good to have that as well. Okay. I think that's all we're going to do for today. I know I've given you quite a bit of stuff, but remember, it's the what if challenge. If anything that I said here today is of any value to you and your family, then please don't forget that little love gift we asked about in the beginning. You know, JAES123 at yahoo.com for PayPal. The same thing, JAES124, $JAES124 at Cash App. Greatly appreciate it. Because I promise you that the day will come that the stuff you see here, like I said, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing another one with more stuff, more information for you to prepare your mind, prepare yourself, and your family. Remember, intellect, number one, always use intellect. Then we have critical thinking. Use that, and common sense. These things here, just a small tip of the iceberg for what will be needed in the near future. I promise you that. There's nothing here that you should not want to have. There's nothing here you should not want to be without. It's important. As they say, lives hang in the balance. Just to have something like this little lantern in the car at night, and it's a dark, lonely highway, and your wife is trapped in the car, nothing works. I'm going to show you something else too, just for GP, so you notice here, especially for the ladies, and for the men too, okay? All right, now, how many of you know the signal for SOS? If you don't, I'm going to show you. This is how it works. 1, 2, 3. 3 short. Okay, now you have 1, 2, 3 long. 3 short. 1, 2, 3. 3 long. 1, 2, 3. 3 long. 3 short. 3 long. 3 short. That is SOS. Anyone who's ever taken up Morse code, anyone who ever is a police officer, anyone who is in the military knows what that means. So if they can't see you, can't find you, if you got a light, you can use it. If not, you can tap. Same thing. You can tap. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That is a signal universal. That's anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. That is a known signal for help, and they will come to rescue you. If you don't know anything else, learn how to do that. SOS. You can do it many different ways. You can tap on a tree. You can do whatever it is you have to do. You can, whatever noise, whatever you can make. If you have one of these, you can do. I'm not going to do the long one because it's too loud. But you can do long, whatever it is. Learn how to do that. That's important. So as for now, we're going to shut it down. I hope that there's something that is beneficial to you, to your family, to anyone else. Excuse me, anyone else, and pass it on. I'm going to be posting this here on Facebook. I'm going to be posting this here on my YouTube channel, my YouTube page. You can go on there, look at it again over and over. You can please subscribe, share it with your friends, because this information is very, very important. It's good to have these things. It's better, like I said, it's better to have and don't need than need and don't have. Don't forget your flashlights are important. If you don't have any, get some flashlights today. If you don't have a radio, get one today. If you don't have anything of any sort of things that's here, get one today. Yes.
I just wanted to add that the major message from the galactic beings are: have no worry, do not be anxious, do not be afraid, but be prepared just in case.
It's what if. That's it. This is not about doomsday. It's not about the zombie apocalypse. It's not about the end of the world. It's simply about preparation for any kind of disaster that can and will happen. Disasters happen whether they're man-made, whether they're by nature, or whatever. And if you don't have something to counterbalance that, if and when it does happen, you're going to wish you did. Okay, so don't be fearful. Don't be afraid that Brother Jerry said, oh, the end of the world's coming. No, it's not. I'm not saying that. But there are situations that will be coming up where the things you see here, you're going to need. And you will need them. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. You will need them. Don't make fun of it. Don't make mockery. We're very serious. And like I said, in 2 weeks or so, we're going to be coming up with part 2 of what you can do, the what if challenge. That's what it is. I thank you all for listening in, for tuning in, for your support. Don't forget, please donate. We would appreciate that at our Instagram, my PayPal, and my Cash App. And we'll have more information for you next time. If you have any questions, those of you who are my Facebook friends or Instagram friends, hit me up with a message or two. I'll be more than happy to share whatever it is that I know, whatever it is that I have, because it's important that you pay attention and do something. There's nothing wrong with doing something wrong than doing nothing. I'd rather for you to do something wrong and to do nothing. That's what's important. Do something, even if it's wrong, something, but don't do nothing. Okay? Till next time, peace and love to all. Thank you for listening in, and we will definitely talk to you again.